On Barry Charles Footy Show tonight, Kalyn Ponga to the Roosters or R360. All Blacks, is that a possibility? Adam oBrien, the Knights are in trouble, absolutely out the door. I'm going to tell you who I think should coach Newcastle back to premiership glory. And then who's going to be the first coach sacked? It's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, and can guarantee that it'll either be Adam oBrien, Des Hasler, Benji, Payten, and if Seibold has an absolute rubbish end to the season, because there's still a chance of making finals football. The rest are gone skis. The Dolphins, can they do a West Tigers of 2005 and win the premiership all-out attack? And who will be going to R360 or potential players, because they're just above the top elite, or even the top elite players are going to get double what they're getting paid now. So why wouldn't you go? All this on this jam-packed show of the Barry Charles Footy Show. Remember to like and subscribe. Welcome back, guys and gals, to the channel. Yes, big news. Newcastle, all floating. Kalyn Ponga is gone. Yes, my reckoning is Kalyn Ponga will end up playing for a European or French rugby league team, or Japanese. Get his dollars there, and then he will reassess where he wants to go. And once the 2 years is over, 2028, he's at the Roosters. That is where I'm hearing. Tedesco will play the 2027, allowing 2028 for Kalyn Ponga to come back to the Roosters and try and win a premiership. This is what is happening right here, right now. This is what they're talking about. The Roosters won't say it publicly, but Cherry Evans is no guarantee to be at the Roosters either. I mean, there's talk about it, but there's potential he's going to retire. The way he's playing, you could argue maybe he should retire, or whether he's got any more in him. But if he wants the money, obviously he's going to play. But I'll be shaking my head if I was Politis that he's going to win you the comp like Cooper Cronk, because he ain't as good as Cooper Cronk. Let's just put it that way. But yes, in terms of Kalyn Ponga, money is he's going to go to rugby for now. Does that mean he plays for the All Blacks? Oh, I think so. I really do. If you're going to go to rugby, you're going to have a go at the All Blacks. You just have to. World Cup 2027. It just all aligns. Kalyn Ponga to get out now. He gets his money in French rugby or Japanese rugby, whatever, in the Europe sector. And then he goes, plays for the Chiefs, the Crusaders. One of those two teams. You wouldn't go to any other if you really want to develop and then try and make the All Blacks for the World Cup in 2027. That's what's going to happen. And Kalyn Ponga, he can play his 2 contracts, May, and then he can play whatever the NPC Super Rugby season as well, and he'll be off to the races. But if it's purely for money, he won't play for the All Blacks. But if he wants that achievement of playing for the All Blacks, then that's up for him to decide. I think he would. I think money is a big thing. Obviously, the other side of the foot, if he wants to stay and play for Newcastle Knights, he'll be playing for the Kiwis. What do I say? Does he play for Kiwis at the end of the season? That's another big question mark if he wants to, because he wouldn't play for Australia and he wants to play French rugby. To be honest, you could go to French rugby, be the easy way out, but you can be a forgotten player. Most players that go to those units are forgotten about. I mean, Sonny Bill's a different case scenario, but most people, like Jerry Money, do you hear about him now? No. They just get forgotten about. But money-wise, good on them. That's how the world ends, and it's going to be interesting. Let's get to Adam oBrien. Boom, out the gate. He's out the gate. He is going to be sacked at the end of the year. I can guarantee it 100%. He is gone. He's already gone. I'm pretty sure 100% he's already been told he is gone at the end of the season. They're just saving face for now. The run home is rubbish. They got key injuries. Yes, the same with Kiwi Walters. They got rid of him. He's gone. Now, all the talk is about Blake Green and all this. I have heard that they have approached Matthew Johns and Andrew Johns to do the job. Now, Matthew Johns continuously has said no to any opportunity that has been out there, but it's just too good of a task to take on, like Benji at the Tigers, to save their team. Can they work together to get it done? Um, I think it's worth the answer. Andrew Johns won't be a head coach. There's no doubt about it. He's said that all along. He won't be a head coach, but he could be the halves coach. Have Matty Johns there and have the Blake Greens and the likes there. Have all Newcastle like player support there, but it's not all working at the Tigers at the moment. They've gone all ex-players, so nothing's guaranteed to work. But I think it's worth the opportunity to try and see if you do it. But if they don't do it, then who do you go to? Well, Blake Green. He does. To me, Josh Hannay. He's the one. He's waiting in the wings. Been waiting a long time to get his crack. People have forgotten about John Morris, but I still think he's a good coach as well. But yes, to be honest, there's nothing big. Do they go Des? Like, is that Des is now available, or potentially going to be available? Do they go down that foot? Interesting times ahead in the selection race there. Who's going to be the next coach? But I can guarantee you one thing: Adam O'Brien won't be there in 2026, unless they win all their games from now on. But they're not going to. They make the finals. Yes. So who's going to get sacked first? Who's officially going to get sacked first? O'Brien, Hasler, Benji, Payten, or Seibold? Well, Seibold, I think he will last. He's the one I think will last. I think Manly have the draw to make the top 8. Whether or not they do, that's another question. But they are definitely a team, I think, Seibold's safe. But for the other 4, I think the next most safest is Benji. I think Benji will get another year. If they lost every game for the rest of the season and got the wooden spoon, then a different story, but I don't think that'll happen. They'll win enough to just sneak, and Benji will get one more season. If it doesn't happen, he's gone. But the other 3, I wouldn't be surprised if all 3 of them are gone. I actually want to speak about something in the media. Let's keep talking about the media. This club should be better. This club should be better. They should be in the top 8. It's a whole lot of rubbish. Some of these commentators are talking rubbish that all these teams should be in the top 8. You're telling me the Titans should be in the top 8? They were never going to be in the top 8 at all. Cowboys, I question mark their team. I don't have them in my top 8, and they're saying they should have been in the top 8. Who else are there? Manly, well, they're a top heavy squad. They're not a, but I probably could argue they should be there. So there's a little bit of saying some clubs, Tigers should be in the top 8. Well, no. If they come 9th or 10th, I'd expected that. The top 8 was a bit of a push. But with the Galvin saga there, I think sometimes they go a little bit overboard on, or every team then it's not in the top 8 should be in the top 8. Well, it's total rubbish because half the teams don't make it. More than half the teams. So, yeah, just pull your head in there, guys. But let's get back to what's happening here with in terms of who's going to get sacked. I think it'll be hasler or Adam O'Brien. One of those 2 will be sacked first. But I wouldn't be surprised if at the end of the season Payten's gone as well. But the query back for me is there actually a coaches available to replace who they want to sack, who are better? That is very, very debatable. Okay, all the talk is Dean Young, Ben Hornby, Blake Green, Josh Hannay. I mean, there's been a whole lot, and then you got old players. I mean, you got Griffins, you got the coaches have been there, done that. Des Hasler, some others. Jeff Toohey has been in for a while. So where do you see in terms of top rate talent? I think that's something they've got to work on, to be honest. It's the coaching front. I think the other coaches that need to come into play are the likes of the Cameron Smiths, the Billies, the Cooper Cronks, but as I said, you don't have to be a top-notch player to be a top-notch coach. But there's just something's not happening at the moment with the top elite coaches. There's not enough of them. There's not really enough of the top elite coaches in the game. So you got Cleary, Craig Bellamy, and Wayne Bennett. And then there's a big hill to climb behind that. The other 2 coaches that are on their way is Andrew Webster and Cameron Ciraldo. But then after that, it's a big decline in terms of how good these coaches are. Ricky Stewart's doing well this season, but most of his seasons have been rubbish. So to say that he's a great coach, I wouldn't put him in that category. So there's a lot of work to be done in terms of getting more better coaches into the game. The Dolphins, do I think the Dolphins are any chance this season? The answer is no. They're attacking well. They're doing what West Tigers are doing. They're absolutely smashing teams, but they're letting a lot of the tries. But they're a chance of making the top 8. They're for and against. They'll go a long way. If they get enough wins, they will definitely get there if they get the wins. But jury is out if they'll get the wins yet, Dolphins. But they're definitely a chance. But to think they're going to have to play a likes of a Penrith, a Broncos, more than likely, I don't see them beating either of those teams. So I'm going to put a line between them. Okay, so finally, R360 players. Who's playing? Who's not? Well, you can write a list. Payten, Nico Hines, Roger Tuafasasi, Cameron Munster, Tedesco, Delacherry Evans, Latrell Mitchell, Ponga, Hammer, NAS, Reece Walsh, Mark Natazawase, Nathan Cleary. The list just goes on and on and on and on and on. Now, you got the older players, they might be wanting a payday, get R360. You got the young people in their primes, they can get double the money that they're on now and go there. This is going to be something huge. If it all gets under wraps, will clubs allow these players play? But looking at what the season they're looking at, August to September, and if they have to play both the start of the year, if it was only the early part of the season, maybe some clubs would be lenient and let them play to May and let them come back. But to be honest, this could distract a lot of the top talent in the NRL and make this product weaker. I mean, there'll still be good football because of the salary cap and all that. But if some real gun players leave and go there, disaster for the NRL in terms of the marketable players if these players do go, and the real marketable players around the game, like the Reece Walshes, Pappenhausens. These are the ones that are right up the top of the food chain when it comes to social media. If these types of players go, Latrell Mitchell, look out. Big things. But anyway, it's Barry Charles Footy Show for this episode. Enjoy the footy on the weekend. The Wars, will they continue? Will they beat the Knights? They should. Absolutely need to. Adam O'Brien's trying to save his career. So plenty of good football up this weekend. Who's going to keep climbing the ladder? Who's going to push themselves out of misery? Like the Cowboys, I'd say they're dead and buried in the water now. So we're starting to get to a few teams out of the water, but we still got about 11 teams fighting for their top 8. So let's get to it. Great footy on the weekend. Have a great one out there. Remember to like and subscribe.